How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled. Welcome back to Ruffled Leaks. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the latest Pokemon news, leaks, everything in between. We're going to start things off with a post that was made by Riddler Khu. For those who do not know who Riddler Khu is, this is the individual right here. Now, I'm currently using Firefox for this because for some reason, my computer is having a mental breakdown. Either way, what are we talking about here? Well, he says, which line would her ace be? And then you have a bunch of different Pokemon here. One of the Pokemon is, of course, the brand new Poltergeist, which was revealed yesterday. Now, of course, on top of that, we also have 4 other Pokemon. The question is, which one of these would be her ace? So it's a very interesting situation, because this character, well, there's a few theories about her already, and also the other people that have been shown in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's second DLC, where we're going to be going to the Blueberry Academy. Now, Riddler Khu, for those who do not know, this individual, I'm currently not, logged in, so I can't really show you all the stuff about them, but basically, Riddler Khu is a legitimate leaker, like an actual legitimate leaker. He's given us real leaks in the past. He actually even leaked the brand new Poltergeist just recently. The only issue, though, is that I can't really show you his most recent post because for some reason, the way Twitter is set up right now, it doesn't actually show you the most recent stuff right away. It's a bit odd. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a little strange. Either way, though, he basically told us with this post right here that, well, one of these Pokemon will be her ace. And then, of course, we had none else than Soul Silver Art, who is one of the leak analysts, as I like to refer to them as, who actually came through and decided to do a bit of a breakdown of what he thinks might be happening right here. Now, I'm going to be jumping over here real quick to another version of this post where I'm logged in so you guys can see this way better. But basically, here's what's going on. So if we jump over to this post right here, here we go. So basically, what he says, spoilery, this is all I'm saying. If you look at her actual design here, you will notice that these little, hairpins that she's got look oddly similar to the ones that you can find on, well, 2 other characters. One of the gym leaders, of course, here from Unova, and, of course, one of the characters from Legends Arceus. Don't ask me why I don't remember the names, even though I've been playing Pokemon my whole life. But either way, these fellas are also wearing the exact same, or have a similar design to them going on. They don't really have exactly the same hairstyle, you know, like across all 3 of them, but that pin design right there is oddly similar, right? But that's not only for her, though. There's other characters as well. They're she's not the only character that's like this. And I think Soul Silver actually made a post about this not too long ago. So I think if we scroll down here, we might be able to find it on top of other news and other information like this right here. But let's scroll down, because he actually made a post about this a bit of a time ago. It's been a while now since he made it, but it was basically a post breaking down what all these characters and all these Elite Four members are going to be related to, right? Because they all seem to have a connection to one thing or another. Like, for example, one of the male characters, is specifically related to Drayden, one of the people from, of course, Pokemon Black and White. Another one seems to be oddly similar to, I can't remember exactly which character, but most of them are Black and White characters for the most part. That seems like their biggest connections. And here, for example, here's another full breakdown. So spoilery, you'll probably see me connecting characters in Pokemon Indigo Disc to Unova. Here he made a few connections to, of course, the brand new Archaludon, which is a brand new form, and Diplin, which all seem to connect to New York City, to America, and bridges in Unova. It just seems like an odd connection. A lot of it seems to connect directly to the Unova region. However, we still need to learn a little bit more about the characters themselves and what they're going to be like, because all of them seem to be related to Unova as well. But that's what we have for now in regards to that. So I just want to bring this up, bring up that post specifically, because it is a recent post and it is an interesting one, because it means we're seeing already connections to Unova that are happening here, which could imply the future remakes of Unova or a Legends Unova game happening down the line. However, he also said this, I don't know what everyone else sees, but given the fact that this is a concept art in a specific area, I'd say Game Freak got pretty close to this, especially in the Paldea Forest area. So basically, it's 2 images here, or 3 different images. And what you can see right here in this image is something that we haven't really seen before. I haven't really seen this image before. I don't really know exactly what this is supposed to represent, I'll be honest with you guys. But it seems like an image from either the game or a concept art for a Pokemon game, which looks sick, by the way. This looks actually pretty solid. Not gonna lie, the art direction looks really awesome. Like all the foliage, the trees, it looks kind of better than Scarlet and Violet. I'm gonna be real, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But it basically says, I don't know what everyone else sees, but given the fact that this is a concept art in a specific area, I'd say Game Freak got pretty close to this, especially in the Paldea Forest areas. Of course, the lighting and abundance of trees makes this look a bit better, but the good news is, this is what Game Freak wants their games to look like. So that means that the future games, next year's game or even Generation 10, could very well look exactly like this. That's super exciting to me, looking in the bright side of things, and trusting developers of a game you love can make you feel a lot better So highly recommend it. So this is basically concept art of what they wanted it to look like, which that is nuts though, because that looks genuinely cool, man. Like if this is a concept art for what they imagine, this is perfect. Like I don't want Pokemon to be more than this. I know some people want it to be super realistic, and even I back in the day thought it would be a good idea, and then I realized, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be realistic. A game doesn't need to be super high realistic graphics to be a good game. It needs to have good gameplay, and then good graphics are just enhance the feeling, right? Enhance the enjoyment. But if you can find a stylistic choice that makes it look good and doesn't take you out of the experience, then go right ahead. That's perfect, right? And that's what I see right here. This looks like exactly what I would imagine a kind of a perfect definition of what a Pokemon game should look like, right? The graphics looking solid, a lot of trees and foliage, and kind of a very like what's the word I'm looking for here? Right? Kind of a specific art style, kind of almost an anime-esque, you know, cel-shaded type of style to it, kind of akin to some of the Dragon Ball games, but maybe even better in this like concept art right here. We also have another image below which says, here's the concept arts from an exhibition. They always do. Here's a link to the entire report, and of course you have a few more images here of their work on some of the textures as well as the models of the different Pokemon and how they did the work for the, you know, terrestrialized Pokemon and all that sort of stuff. So it's a massive post. Of course, you got a few images just showing things off here. It's all in Japanese, unfortunately, so I can't really say a lot about it. I would have to translate the whole website, and it would take a while to go through all of this to give you a, you know, perfect idea of what's going on. But it gives you an idea of what they wanted to do, right? They kind of, this is where they want to go. This is what they want to achieve. Did they achieve this exactly? Close enough, right? Scarlet and Violet has its issues. It doesn't always look the best. It kind of can look a bit choppy, to say the least. But this is what they're trying to achieve. And if they can achieve this with the next game, that would genuinely be fantastic. But of course, that's all, you know, to be seen, right? We don't really know if that's going to happen. We don't really know if we're going to be seeing any of that. It's all just, you know, speculation and waiting and seeing what actually comes from all this eventually, right? Which right now we don't really know much else about it. Nonetheless, though, we do also have some thoughts about like the different, like the brand new Poltergeist, and if it's going to have an authentic form, you know, like an authentic version of itself, which is like what you have with Poltergeist. It's, you know, like the other version of it. We have that, but there's another thing actually, which I think is kind of interesting for most of you guys, which is that we actually have a confirmation that Poltergeist here is actually a convergent species of specifically Sinistea and not Poltergeist, right? So that means that this thing could possibly evolve. There could be an evolution for it that we don't know about just yet. So that is highly possible. However, this one right here wasn't actually confirmed if this is the authentic form or not. We don't actually know that. All we know is that this kind of like these spots here can kind of alter at times when the Pokemon like moves in lighting. So it could be that this has nothing to do with it, or this could be the only authentic form that's seen, or maybe without any spots, that's the authentic form. We don't really know. We have no clue, but those spots look similar to the guy that's actually in the trailer that revealed this thing. So again, no clue, no ID. We'll have to wait and see. But nonetheless, though, there is still a few things that I want to mention. So yeah, here it is, of course, from Central Leaks. Poltergeist is Sinisteia's convergent species, not Poltergeist. So that means it should have a brand new evolution. Possibly. No confirmations. It is possible, right? That might be the case. We might see that happen. But we have to wait and see if that actually does come through. However, though, what else is there to talk about? Well, here's a cool concept for what it could look like if it was to evolve. Serenity, this is from Fakemon Forever. Shout out to them, gonna give them a follow. Don't know why I wasn't already following them. But yeah, this is an idea of what it could look like if they decided to genuinely create an evolution for it, which I think would be really cool. I think there's a lot of options for it. Also, for some reason, they're doing Pokemon underwear, which is something. I'm not even gonna question any of that. But yeah, it sure is something, man. It sure is something. Nonetheless, though, we are in a weird place right now with Pokemon news, right? Because we got the DLC coming out in about, I would say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So give or take, we're getting the DLC in about 20 days or so, right? Give or take, about 20 days or so. We're not too far away now. It's like less than a month away, right? Before we get the DLC, which is kind of nuts if you think about it. Like, we're not that far away from the actual DLC releasing. And of course, then we still do not know when the second part is coming out, because you're going to be paying for both DLC at once. I don't think there's a way to buy individually. I don't think that is possible. It might be, I'm not sure, but I don't think that is possible. So we don't really know when the second DLC is coming out. We don't know exactly everything we're going to be able to do in this DLC. We've seen some of the stuff already revealed, like the whole balloon game that's going to be in there. They're going to be able to run around and do. Like, we've seen some stuff like that, but we don't know everything, right? That's kind of the issue. We don't know exactly everything we're going to be able to do. We don't know exactly everything that's going to be available in the game. But nonetheless, I'm excited to see where things are going to go. Now, of course, if I missed anything, let me know in the comment section down below. I don't really think there is much else to mention today. I thought it would just be interesting to talk about these things because, of course, we're not going to be seeing the second DLC until the at least end of the year of December. I don't think we're going to be seeing it until the end of December, so we're not going to be seeing that until then. However, we are going to be almost running into now that time where it's time actually to start speculating about the next thing. The DLC has kind of run its course. They haven't really done a lot to hype it up. There hasn't been a lot of news to even cover, to be honest with you guys. There's been a few things, but it hasn't been a lot. And that's because it's a DLC year. And DLC years, I would argue, are less exciting because it's just DLC. DLC can only do so much, realistically, compared to a whole new game. A whole new game is a whole new game. It's a whole new ballpark. Versus this, which is just, it can only do so much, right? There's only so much you can do with this, which is fine. Nonetheless, though, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow.